my 2014 Dodge Ram 1500, and I'm gonna be telling you guys, is it worth buying a used 2014 Dodge Ram or a Dodge Ram? Is it worth buying a used one or a brand new one? So pretty much I'm gonna give you guys, this is my own personal opinion, I'm gonna give you guys like the whole walkthrough, tell you guys pretty much everything about my truck, and yeah, I'm gonna show you guys right now. So there you have it. So pretty much this is the 5.7 HEMI, and there's nothing really special. I wouldn't say there's anything special too much about it. Well, the HEMI is kind of special, but so there's different kinds. There's I believe there's a 4.7 Dodge Ram, but if you are looking to purchase one of these trucks, me personally, this is just my personal opinion, I think that you better off going with the V8 5.7 HEMI. And I'm gonna give you guys a walk around. This is pretty much, this is like the sports. This come with, so there's two different, I believe there's two different kinds. There's the Express, the Tradesman, and then, well, three. And I believe there's like the Bighorn. So, but as far as like the body size, I believe the Express and the Trademans, they're pretty much like the same body style as this, but it's just not all blacked out. And the difference is the Bighorn it just has like a wider body, I'll say, pretty much. Me personally, like this, if you see this truck in person, I'm not really that tall. I say I'm like the average height, so I'm 5'8". So it all depends on your preference. Like me personally, like before I purchased this truck, I did checked out two other trucks, and they both was a Bighorn. And the only difference is they do have the same front end, but I believe like it wasn't all blacked out like mine, and they do not have the headlights. I believe those are HIDs or something like that. They don't come with those kind of headlights, pretty much. In my personal opinion, it doesn't look as nice as how this front end look, but it is Dodge. They all kind of have that aggressive look in the front end. But if you were to purchase one of these trucks, it all depends on your, if you want to have something like size wise, I say you more so go with like the Bighorn, or if you're looking for like something that's not too big, not too small, like the Tradesman is like pretty much the right way to go, or the Sports or Express, whatever you want to call it. This is like the right way to go. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's like, like I said, I'm not like a big guy, or I'm not like a small guy. I'm kind of like muscular, so I'm like in the middle. So this right here fits me, and to have this for what I want to do with it, I wouldn't really want to go with the Bighorn, because the Bighorn, I feel like it's just too bulky and just too, I drove it before. I feel like it's just too bulky and it's too much for me. It's like an older person kind of style. But if you take a look at the headlights, these headlights it has the Ram badge on the side of it, or it says Ram on the side of it. And I don't know if you guys can see it. It also has purple, blue in the headlights, which is one of the things that came with the truck like that. And then the front end does have two fog lights on there, and it has a blacked out badge. And as far as under the hood, is pretty much the same exact thing, but it's not really, if it's a V8 that you're going, which I will, if I were to, like I said, if you are purchasing like a truck like this, it's best for you to get the HEMI and the V8s. You could do a whole lot more with them if you're looking to, get some kind of power, do some kind of performance and stuff like that, pretty much. And as far as the wheels, these are 20-inch. These are stock wheels that come from Dodge. And pretty much, like I said, the truck is this is like the blacked out version, pretty much. It has You know, the black wheels, pretty much the badge is blacked out, and pretty much the side is everything. It doesn't have the badge on the side though. Like I said, it's the same exact thing as the tradesman and the express. It's the same exact. I can't get my words out, but it's the same exact body size. And the only difference is just like it's blacked out. And if you come over here, one thing is, if you are getting one of these truck, if you know me, I don't use my truck, like I never tow with it. That's not the reason why I got it. But some of them I do know for a fact they have like the turn signal on the side, and then it has the tow mirror on there that comes out. So as far as the passenger side front, it's like the same thing. Everything is the same exact thing, basic. And the seat option, this is cloth. I know it's two options, I believe, is leather and cloth. Me personally, I'm not really like a big fan of cloth or leather, but if I could choose, I choose the cloth. The only thing about cloth is if you're gonna go with an option like this, you just gotta understand that it will get dirty fast. As you guys can see, some stain is on my seat. And the thing is, I only own this truck for about 2 months, 2-3 months. And my job, you know, the kind of job I do have a lot of dirt that stays on my clothes. So as you can see, so that's not like a good mix with this. But like I said, if I gotta choose cloth or leather, I say I go with the cloth. So I'm gonna show you guys the back side. So this is the back. Don't worry about the socks and the shoes. Those are my nephew. So I'm gonna show you guys the back. So I believe this is a crew cab. So like I said, I'm 5'8", so I'm not really that tall. And I weigh about, I say 205, 210-ish, around there. So I'm sitting in the back right now. As you can see, this seat, by the way, is pushed back a couple inches. I don't know if you can tell the difference from, you know, both. And pretty much, yeah, as you see my leg, the back, the only thing, the back of the truck is not really as spacious as, you know, if you ever seen, you know, pretty much like, that's one of the things too. If you're gonna go with a size pickup truck like this, you gotta understand. That's why I was saying it's like, it depends on your preference, because, you know, me, I'm not really that tall, I'm not that big, and I'm kind of like in the middle. If you like a tall person over 6 foot, you probably will want to go with like a, you know, go with like the Bighorn, pretty much. So you see the back. So if you were to say, if you was fitting, if it was two more people like my size, pretty much, remove the car seat out the picture, this technically fit 4 people. But if you fit in people like my size, my weight, we all wouldn't be able to fit right here. If it was 4 of us, 3, yeah, but 4 is gonna be a little bit tight. We will, but it's gonna be like a little tight space. And then the back side, this doesn't, unfortunately, this doesn't have like the back, I say, sliding window. This doesn't have it. Talk about the wheels. We come back to the back side. So one of the things I do like about this is the fact that if you are gonna go, this is, you know, like I said, I think it might be different if you going with like a tradesman or express, whatever. Some of them don't come with that, or I think that might be like the V6 version, I'm not sure. But this is a V8, like I said, it comes with the dual exhaust. So that might be for the V8s. So it comes with the dual exhaust. One of the things, it has a backup camera on there. And then it does come with a bed liner on there, plastic from Dodge, OEM. Like I said, I never use this truck to tow anything, so go around, it's the same thing. Truck is a little bit dirty. Do gotta clean it. I haven't cleaned it in a couple weeks. So the back side, it's the same thing in the back side. front, give you guys a look on the front side, and then we're gonna go on the inside. So I have 132,795 miles on the dash of my truck right now. I do put some miles on this truck, I'll be honest with y'all. It wasn't like this. And this is the inside. So the inside, this doesn't have like the, I believe it's like 8-inch, I'm not sure, but this doesn't have like the real large radio or touchscreen navigation, whatever you want to call it. It does have Bluetooth, it does have the aux, it does have the navigation on there, it's touchscreen. Pretty much all basic. It's not like the one with like the full package. Pretty much it has 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, all pretty much. And one of the things that it does not come with too, I say, it doesn't come with the electric seat mover, whatever you want to call that. I don't know how to call it, whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't have one of those. That's the thing that sucks about it. It does have the option for auto fog light, pretty much. And pretty much the inside is really like basic. Like I said, it's not really like a full package. So now if I was to, me personally, y'all, so I had to turn on my AC. So to give you guys my honest opinion, is it worth buying a used Dodge Ram 1500 pickup truck? Honestly, as you guys can see, I'll show you guys the mileage on my truck right now is 132,795, and I have seen higher ones. I had a 2006 Dodge Ram 1500 pretty much, and that had a little bit more mileage than this truck, and I had no issue with it. The only issue I had was the fact that it is an older truck. So it's a 2006 Dodge Ram 1500. I don't know if you guys know, but those trucks tend to have a lot of rust on the bed. So I ended up, getting a newer one. It's the same exact truck now. I never really had any kind of issue with it, and it was very reliable. And speaking from my experience, I feel like if you are in the market to buy yourself like a used Dodge Ram 1500 pickup truck, one of the biggest things too, I like me it's something that I do. Anybody who is purchasing a used car, you definitely want to go to like a dealership that's pre-certified, wherever. Go somewhere where it's not like one of those back-end dealership, if you know what I mean. And also run Carfax to see, like, when you run a Carfax, pretty much it gives you the history of that car. Pretty much you get the history of it, and you get to know exactly how that car was treated, pretty much. Because if one of the things too about this truck, when I ran like the Carfax on it, it did have 2 owners. The first owner was it was being leased, and then the second owner was sold to somebody else. So pretty much I'm the third owner. Me, typically some of the things I like to look for when I'm looking at pretty much I just lost my words, but looking at the history of a vehicle, I like to see that if it has anything over, I say 4 owners or something like that, I like to try to stay away from that, because that normally show like a little bit sign of the car was being used a little bit too much. So if anything under that, yes, I normally will go for it. But sometimes it could be different, or it all depends on, I could be wrong sometimes, because it all depends on the person that owns the vehicle before. Because you could have a car that have more than 6 owners and stuff like that, and all 6 of them, let's say all 6 of them treated a vehicle, keep the vehicle well maintained, did all the basic stuff that the vehicle needed, and didn't really come across any kind of crazy issue. So it could be that most of the time, but for me, I'm just saying, like, just to be on the safe side, anything that has for owner below, that's what I like to, try to buy, than anything having a higher, pretty much. So if you are, like I said, everything all depends on like your preference, pretty much like the kind of, how your body's like, the kind of stuff that you pretty much like. This vehicle right now, this truck right here, I purchased, pretty much purchased it because everything fits me. And one of the things that I like that about it is the fact that it's blacked out. And if you know the difference, if you drove a Bighorn before, and you drove like pretty much a regular Express, which is the same exact pickup truck I have, pretty much, but it's not all blacked out. Same exact one. So you'll see like the body size is kind of different, especially if you're on the inside. It's like, it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like it's kind of like more so wider, and like for people who a little bit more bigger, pretty much. It's like, it's giving me that older person kind of style, and it's just too much for me. Like, that's, when I'm in a vehicle, I like to feel like I have control over the car. That's just my preference. But like I said, everybody got their own preference. And honestly, if you are to get a used or a new, pickup truck in today's world we living in, now obviously it depends too on your budget. So in today's world we living in, I'm just speaking for myself. If you were, I say you better off getting like a used pickup truck, because you could find something out there more reliable, and then the price too definitely gonna be in your price range. And yes, I know I said price, but I know a lot of things right now price, and like, it's not like the best thing, but I know for a fact if you go the used route, you can find something that's not going to be crazy expensive, especially trucks nowadays. If you getting brand new, like a brand new pickup truck like this, probably going to run you somewhere around, like, if you're talking like barely having any kind of mileage on it, being realistic, brand new, probably looking at 30,000-40,000. Let's say a 2014 Dodge Ram, this truck brand new. And used, you can get used from the dealership for about 15,000-20,000, or probably 25K. It depends on the mileage and stuff like that. So around that price range. So my truck just have a little bit higher mileage. It is a pickup truck. And to answer your question, yes, to me, honestly, I think it's worth it. And if you are gonna get a Dodge Ram 1500, don't let the gas price try to scare you off, whatever this and that. But honestly, I feel like you better off you might as well get like the 5.7 HEMI, because that's the best route for you to go than for you to try to get a Dodge Ram 1500 that's a V6, pretty much. If like I said, this is, once again, I'm gonna say this again, this is my preference, and it all depends on your preference. But I just want to be able to answer the question for most people. If you are in the market to buy a truck or finance a truck or lease a truck, whatever you're trying to do, and you're trying to look for comparison, is it worth buying something that has 132,795 mileage on it? As you guys see, I'll show you guys my mileage on my truck, and there's no check engine light on. I barely had any issue with the truck. Yes, I owned the truck for about 3 months, but it's going strong. And these trucks, for a fact, I know for a fact, they could run, if you treat them good, they could run to at least like, they could see at least like 300,000 miles, or a little bit more than that. And this does have, it is the 5.7 V8 8-speed, I believe, like 2013 and above. They have like the 8-speed and 8-speed transmission, and it's pretty, solid. So as long as you're not doing anything crazy. The only thing that's, really with used trucks is that you got to really try to make sure if you get if you in the market trying to get a used truck, always make sure, don't just go off the looks. Definitely try to get in a car, drive it, get a feel for it, and see how it is, just so you could see if you used to, that car, and if you like it pretty much. Like me, for example, when I went to go, before I went to go pick this up, I did go to 2 different dealerships that had like the Bighorn, and they both was black. And don't get me wrong, I say, looking at the truck from the outside and not being able to get into it and drive it, pretty much looking at it from the outside it is a beautiful truck. But when I got into the truck, what really made me change my mind about it, I didn't have my mind set on getting let's say I was going out there and say I wanted to buy a 2014 Dodge Ram 1500 Sports. I didn't really have my mind set on that. I just had my mind set on I want to get a 2014 Dodge Ram that's nice looking. And when I came across a Bighorn, I seen the fact that, it looked nice, but when I got into them, like, the only thing that I hate about them is just that it's definitely much bigger than this truck. But I believe the bed size is the same. But I do believe like the size, like the width of it is a little bit bigger than these trucks, like the Tradesman's or Express, whatever you want to call them. And that's what really threw me off, because I felt like that's not really like my style. And daily driving something like this, and especially if you like a car guy like me, you want to do performance mods, or if you're not really in the market, like if you're not one of those guys that do any kind of crazy towing, then you could get something like this and daily drive, do light towing and stuff like that. I mean, you could tow with something like this, but I just wouldn't. You more so might as well just go with like the Bighorn if you're talking about the Dodge Ram 1500, pretty much. But like I said, it all depends on your preference. It depends on what you like and what you don't like at the end of the day. But these trucks are reliable. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, and definitely give this video a thumbs up if I answer your question. Peace out.